Hello, everyone. I am Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we finished talking to everyone who happened to be around here in the upper level of the Defender's Heart. With that done, let's take a look down in the basement and see what's going on down there, shall we?
I'm gone.
Guard. Oh. Surrender thy soul, Delvin. Hyomade, protect us. Got you again. How many times is that today? Take your jokes and shove 'em, tiefling. Oh, easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. Go ahead. Don't take too long, though. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the light hammer. Or the darts. I will take this, though, because it opens up a thing.
We do it my way.
Let's see. I think there's something... Okay, that was honestly pure guesswork. But I didn't know that was a thing. A yellowed letter. Half a century ago, our parents fled their homeland of Sarkoris, terrified of the invading demons. They were certain that the war would soon be over, so they didn't go too far and found their refuge here in Canabris. They used what little savings they had to build a tavern where any crusader could get a bowl of soup and a good night's rest, in exchange for some money and news about their recent victories. The city looked completely different back then. It was a triumphant city, full of hope, inspiring songs, and brave paladins in shining armor. We praised Our Lady Pelura openly and hoped that the lands of our ancestors would be ours again in no time. Things have changed since then, though. Our parents have left to the goddess's halls. Dresden is long gone. The world wound grows deeper every day, and the Crusaders seem to take more interest in fighting each other and us townsfolk than in eradicating demons. Holrun has gone mad and now puts all of his inquisitive zeal into burning witches. Today, Canabris is a city of fear and suspicion. We even had to hide our altar of the Shimmering Maiden in the basement so they wouldn't accuse us of demon worship. Queen Galfrey has recently appointed Holrun the prelate of Canabris. Now nothing will stop this murderer from taking complete control of the city into his hands and serving his so-called justice on everyone. His previous acts of violence were just the beginning of a full-scale massacre. We have to flee, run like our parents did. This time not from demons, but from the Crusaders. Soon we will sell our tavern and leave. Anywhere away from the agony of this endless war. May Pelura protect the city from whatever comes next. Swargle family of the Devamai clan. Ooh. Got some decent loot here, including... Okay, I don't have that identified, but these two items are things that can kind of go up. So, you go there, and then you go there. Okay, need a Knowledge Arcana.
Hey, Chief! Ooh, hey, gorgeous. Come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
The young tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the tiefling sits up and beckons you over.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out!
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
So, who are you?
Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
The tiefling rattles his chains and gives you a meaningful look. What do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
So why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Ah. And, your shadow. What was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Well, I can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
Alright, I'll talk to Irabeth.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
Okay, fine. Let's go up and talk to Irabeth. I'm sorry, something is stuck in my throat. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, also, what is this? It is Headband of Alluring Charisma. That's actually useful to me. Okay. Those can go in, that can go in, that I wouldn't get any money for, so I'll put it into storage. I'll hold on to it for a minute. Deal. And this, I can wear. I mean, it helps boost my charisma, why the hell not? Alright, Irabeth. There's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Irabeth shrugged scornfully. Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating in Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Heart, but that's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free, or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guards' hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful, should you decide to take him along. Sure, we could use another person in our party. We've only got 3 other people, so hey, we need to fill up the party. Alright then.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
Woljif is sitting in the same place with his tail impatiently batting the floor. I talked to Irabeth and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
Woljif leaps to his feet and gleefully rubs his hands.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisma wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following?
Kinda, yeah.
Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way.
I'm sure. But we do need to talk to you first and learn a bit about you. Only seems right. And I believe he's right up here in the kitchen. Yep, there he is. Woljif gives you a friendly wave. Hey, Chief, want to talk? I want to know more about you. How much is more? Are your family tieflings too? My family. It's an interesting story, actually, but I don't tell it to just anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day, my mother went to the river to wash some clothes and saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note spritz with expensive perfume that said, "Take care of my little angel." My mother brought me home, and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me as their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me my baby blanket. It was embroidered with the coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents. But it's not easy, traveling takes money. So, if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. That doesn't sound very believable. Seriously? Usually everybody just believes everything I say. People love stories like that. You know, cute baby, a basket, a blanket, what's not to love? They look at me differently, as if I'm worth more just because the sheets I spit up on might have had a fancy coat of arms on them. If I was really a prince, I wouldn't be sitting around here, I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine. And then I'd come back with an army so I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me around all my life bow and scrape before me. But that's not gonna happen. Want to hear the real story? The true story is boring. My family is human, both my father and my mother. They used to live in a village nearby. I forget the name. When my ma had me, my old man got so mad he almost killed her, pinned her to the wall, and started asking questions like why his son had horns and a tail. Well, my ma told him that her mother, my grandma, used to fool around with a demon. When he heard this, Daddy Dearest got drunk, trashed the house, and then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was about 3 years old when my mother brought me to Canabra's and left me with my grandma. She said to her, "You and your demon have ruined my life. Now you handle him." Then she left. I haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket, though. That part was true. But my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. You think after all that my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed, and kissed my horns? I wish. People used to give her trouble for fooling around with a demon. She wasn't welcome anywhere, so she got angry. Normal kids get bedtime stories, see, but the only tales I got told were how my dad was worthless, my ma was a slut, and I was a demon spawn that no one cared about. She only kept me so I could help around the house and steal things she needed. So, that's the truth. Okay, we already did that. How did you become a thiefling? Woljif grins happily. I already was a tiefling, and life made me a thief. I've been in this business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, if you don't work, you don't eat, and she gave me as an apprentice to Eager, a tiefling neighbor of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take a purse off somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from the inside while I was still small enough. And when I grew and stopped fitting through the windows, I decided I was done with my education. I repaid my grandma for everything she'd done for me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing me any money? If you don't work, you don't eat. So I took off. I got bored of my teacher too, but when I as much as hinted at leaving, he said I owed him for my education. So I just nodded, and then I joined the Owl Bears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that Igor was working their territory. I don't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owl Bears. Then their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I did steal from him, but never that much, so I had to rat them out to the guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands. That was a good time. Rich pickings. I would have stayed with the Golden Hands, but the Northmen promised me a bigger cut if I told them where the Golden Hands kept their loot. I'm no fool, of course, so I told them. And after that, I only had one option, to join the Northmen. And then the family came. At first, no one took them seriously, calling them thieflings and all that, but I felt it right away. They had power behind them, and they had more money. So I'm always on the winner's side, Chief. That's why I joined the thieflings. And right on time. Some thugs came from the capital and made the Northmen leave. The ones who survived are in the family now. Right, so he's a bit of an opportunist. Tell me about the thieflings. Alright, I won't tell you everything, mind, but I can tell you a little. The thieflings are Mendavian thieves. The gang was started in Mendev's capital by someone or other, and soon after they'd spread all over Galarian. They're also called the family. You know why? Because us tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, "Are you lost or some at Hornhead?" We usually say we're visiting family, and if they say, "Oh yeah, who?" you give them the name of a local thiefling who confirms everything, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules. Who does what, who gets that what cut. I won't say it's a lot, but they make it worth your while. They even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no is this. You don't steal from the family. If you don't contribute to the shared pot, you get the cold shoulder, you won't be treated like family no more. And then everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess? The farm is in some underground well beneath Canabras where they breed grave worms. If Sister Charisme, our boss, looked the other way more often, I'd really be able to spread my wings. Stealing from someone you call a sister, that is low. Birds fly low before a storm. I'm just surviving as best I can. Imagine the situation, Chief. You're 7 years old, you come home, and your own grandma, your family, is lying there drunk, and there's no food because she got wasted in the morning and didn't cook anything. And you know that she has a stash under the 3rd floorboard. You take this money so as you don't starve to death. Then when she wakes up, she beats you because you shouldn't have taken it, you should have stolen some food, you're a waste of space. That's something you can never understand, Chief. You only care about moral choices. You always know what's right and what's wrong. Brother, sister, grandma, mother. In real life, they're just words. What do you think of Canabras? It used to be such a hole. Then the Crusaders and refugees came here and things started looking up. Though it depends on who you ask, I suppose. Witches better steer clear of here because Iomedes' followers are ferocious. Especially Halrin Shapok, the local inquisitor. He's a tough old goat. I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at the tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his 3rd wife is a paladin, and he said that Halrin takes an unsheathed sword with him even to the privy, and when he sleeps, he puts it on the pillow next to him, and when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it, "You are my one true friend, you are the only one I can rely on." Arabette's given us a hard time too. You as much as look at some nice little bauble, and before you can think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch, she's coming for you with her nostrils flaring and her fangs glinting. Ugh, scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Charisme, our boss here in Canabras. By our, I mean the Thiefling's boss. If you get caught by Irabeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison, or you end up as worm food. But if you step on Charisme's toes, poof, you're gone, just like that. No one ever sees you again. All you'll hear is, he went to the family farm, even though he's never had a family or a farm. You have demon blood in you. Do you feel drawn to the abyss? Woljif's tail whips back and forth nervously, raising clouds of dust. Why? Are you an inquisitor or something? What's it to you? If I've wronged you somehow, just come out and say it, don't ask me trick questions. I know how it happens. I used to know a fella. He was married to the sister of a guard. Some shady types got him drunk one night and started asking him suspicious questions about the gods, about the queen. So he wakes up hungover with a headache, someone's mumbling something, it smells like smoke, and his feet are kinda hot. He looks down, and there's a fire under him, and the prelate is reading out his sentence. Yeesh. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up, roll up. No dark magic, no fraud, a trick without deception. Woljif snaps his fingers and blue flame engulfs him. The shadow that was previously lying calmly at his feet grows, floating in the air behind him. It is the shadow of a huge, horned, winged demon with claws. Ta-da! It doesn't do anything, it just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. You put your fingers together in front of a light, and it makes the shadow of a deer, or a dog, or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard. I wanted to make the best shadow. And I did. It just happened. Funnily enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. A tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest-ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me just because he hasn't got horns or a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter knows he's better than me. Most people would never show their shadow again after that first time, but I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. Looks formidable. I like it. What about the blue fire? That's my favorite part. And it doesn't burn at all. If I had a coin for every time I've caught a beating from my little show here, I'd already be proposing to Galfrey. Still, I don't want to give up something so beautiful. Fair enough. Whatever, you're free to do as you please. So, Woljif. He is an eldritch scoundrel, so he is a spellcaster. He's got mage armor, color spray, grease, and burning hands on him. I'll probably change things later. He specializes in using daggers. I'm curious. He has weapon finesse, simple weapon proficiency, double slice, 2-weapon fighting. I think I'm gonna give him the Claw Jiska. I mean, the daggers are good to have, definitely, but it's something he can have. There's no reason he can't use it, I don't think. Yeah, the only difference is it's more damage, so I think it's worth it. He's also got a pair of unidentified bracers. They'll get identified later. Oh, right, and because he's an eldritch scoundrel, he can learn spells from scrolls. So, let's go ahead and learn all of these. Fortunately, it's easy to know which ones they are because they have the little quill icon on them. If they have that, that means you can learn it. There we go. Put all these up here. And there we go. Alright, now, how about we take a look outside? I think we have just enough time to do so. And there we are. This place has been sanctified and can protect the area from the corruption of the abyss. Nice that we can go up here, see what's on top. It's not much to this place.
I'm off.
And you never know, there might be something up here. Oh, there is something up here to loot. Seems like that's about it, though. Run all the way back down, and let's start taking a look around this place. Oh! Oh, that's big. Commander, look what we've got here. Are you two mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Estron Museum? Explain yourselves. We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street and we captured it. That shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than a castle. Joran, see to it that no one lays so much as a finger on the golem and plucks out a single gem. And the same goes for you two. Okay. Went a little too fast for me to keep up with the reading. Something to investigate. But let's see what else is around here. Load of survivors. Ah, more loot.
I do what I must.
See. That's the way up to the second floor, but I doubt there's anything over there. Joran and the Prestidigipainter Golem. The magnificent and glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered in intricate flowery embossing, triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. May Shellen brighten and vivify your day." What are you? I am a prestidigipainter golem. Many millennia ago, I was built by Aslanti clerics of Shellen, the goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In my joyful service, I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries, I have resided at the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums in Tianxia. But then the good cleric saw fit to offer me as a gift to the Mendavian Crusaders so that you could share in the beauty I can create. How did you end up here? I was in the Tower of Estrad Museum, but then some not beautiful people came and started smashing everything. I asked them to show restraint, and that's when they decided to steal me. After all, I am beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down the street, but I didn't want to go with them, so I kept stopping. The least beautiful of my kidnappers threw me over his shoulder and tried to run away with me. But I am very heavy, so his back made a very not beautiful crunching sound. He started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and some of that yelling was directed at me, and then they started hitting me with their not beautiful weapons. And then some good crusaders drove them away and brought me here. What do you mean? He tried to throw you over his shoulder. You're twice the size of a person. More than that. What was he thinking? And now I've been lumbered with you. Waste a good metal you are. And instead of working, I'm supposed to keep an eye on you so no one is tempted by the walking treasure trove. Can you do anything useful? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change their color and texture to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion over your armor to make it green? Green is a very pleasant color, and it would match your eyes. What can you do to help the war effort? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can bring the beauty and harmony to any type of combat. Okay, he is basically a repainter. So if you have something, you can go ahead and, you know, make it look different. Appearance changer.
I'm going.
Joran Vane. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. Our new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canabras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Do you know everyone in Canabras by sight? Oh, well, not everyone. But I make it my business to know the people who need my services. A blacksmith's work isn't just the anvil, you know. We've never had any of your kind here before. All sorts come here from every corner of Galarian to volunteer to fight, but this is the first time a fox has ever shown up wanting to be a crusader. Really? The first time? Are you Staunton Vane's brother? Yup. Where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it, even before the world wound. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me, and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. How is Staunton to blame for the fall of Dresden? I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking, and that the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Sarkoris was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see the hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Falai. You can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers from the Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Galarian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garand, Tianxia. I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there, the banner that had been carried into battle by Iomade herself, back when she was still human. That banner protected the city, and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible. Or so we thought. But then the world wound suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable, until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, that its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor, and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself. and the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds, but for some reason the courageous ringleader was spared. The whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. As you can guess, that officer was called Staunton Vane, and the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon, it was Minago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief here in Canabras, too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off having tryst with that beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. The blacksmith gestures as if to ward off the inevitable reprobation. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day looking at his plight. So that's the story. Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. Do you recognize this sword? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. There's my brand, see? The dwarf carefully takes the sword in his hands, gazing at it like a doting father. Oh, Yaniel, things have been tough without you. But at least we still got your sword. That's something. Joran returns the sword to you. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted. They break. But sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things, but something like an echo of the deeds done with that weapon. Or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yaniel may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Och, the scabbard's all worn. We can't be having a fine sword like this being carried around in this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again and I'll have it ready. No charge. And we can see his wares. Bulk selling all those items. Sell those 2 daggers. And he's got basic kind of gear. Rugged helmet, living ram, a few... Okay, more than basic gear. He does have a fair few items. Including all of the weapons. Devastating blow from above. Lands a hit while mounted. Interesting. Cold iron sawtooth saber. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Not going to be using it. Alright, and with that, I'm going to end this episode here. Next episode, we're... Oh, right, by the way, what is this you're wearing? Braces of armor +2. That's good, because you can't wear armor. Anyway, next episode, we go out into the city. Till then, I'm Chestic44, also known as Fly. That is me. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, and I shall see you all next time.